June jobs report was a stunner. According to the government, 288,000 jobs were added to payrolls, and the unemployment rate dipped to 6.1%. Here to take us behind the numbers is Brent Schutte, Senior Investment Strategist, BMO. Good to have you back on the show. You come every month. Thanks for being with us. What do these latest numbers tell us about growth in the job market?
Sure, it shows that it's accelerating. And so this feels pretty good, actually. If you look back over the past 12 months and do an average calculation, the 207,000 that we're now at is the highest level of jobs that we've had added since the recovery began. People have lamented how weak this recovery has been or how it hasn't been very sharp. I will say that if you look at a chart of payrolls, it's been remarkably steady. Going back and counting the number of months that it's been above 150 on a 12-month rolling basis, you're now at 40 months, which besides the 1990s, you have to go back to the 70s to actually find a time period where that actually occurred. And so it's been pretty steady.
Slow and steady might win the race here, but what does it mean to the Fed?
Sure. I guess to the Fed, one of the things that may be happening is the Fed could possibly be falling behind. And so I'm not for sure that we're there yet, but if you look at the unemployment rate, for example, we're at 6.1%. That is down 1.4% from June of 2013, which is the largest decline in the unemployment rate that you've had since 1984. The Fed is banking on the fact that they believe that people are going to come back into the labor market. So if you look at the household number, this month, 81,000 people decided to come back into the labor force. If that continues, we should be okay. If not, the labor market may be tighter than what the Fed believes, and rate hikes may have to come sooner, which Janet Yellen has somewhat begun warning about.
There also tends to be a lot of criticism about the government. Many people out there say that the government should be smaller, and that actually has been happening.
Yeah, if you look back over the last 3 years, government employment has actually drawn down pretty remarkably. One fact that people may not know is that the federal government in May reached its lowest level of employees that it has ever seen since 1966. And so it did draw down. If you look at a 3-year rolling GDP number, the federal government has actually subtracted quite a bit from growth. So people talk about GDP. Private GDP has been up over 3% consistently since the recovery began on a rolling basis, whereas the total has been about 2% because the government has been drawing down so severely.
Always good to have you on. Thank you again.
Thank you.